so that you appreciate their update software. So if it went perfectly, you wouldn't know it had been updated. That's my opinion anyway. I think they do these updates, think, well, put some silly little bug in the system that most people can sort out. And they think, well, I've just had an update, but nothing seems to improve anything except you've got sound problems or something. So I think they do it on purpose. That's my opinion. What else? Oh yeah, Phil mentioned backup and file share systems backup. Yes. Well, I use FreeFile Sync. That's a free software. I've got a little NAS there. It's got the whole system running off that. So every so often it just backs the whole lot up to that. Plus it's got hundreds of thousands of, well, quite a few thousand photographs on it, which I'd hate to lose. So I've got another hard drive there with all the pictures on, just in case something happens to them. So I'm not really bothered about any of this. I can re-download it from somewhere. Somebody got, tune or whatever, and I could find it. But the pictures they're one-offs, as it were. I wouldn't have to pass it on to Phil. I'm losing my voice here, chatting away. What else did anybody mention? I can't see, can't read my writing. Anyway, I pass it over to M0PIT to take it, I think it is, from G0NYM with one switch.
Thanks, Martin. Yeah, builders. Yeah, I'm quite, as I say, I'm quite lucky. I've got my mate Frank. Mind you, he's older than me. He's actually he's got his 80th birthday in the next few weeks. But you would never believe that he was 80. Yeah. So yeah, very lucky. Anyhow, don't really have a lot to add apart from Benno, Arduinos and you repairing them. Not that I've repaired Arduinos, but you mentioned USB chip. Just if I show you this, which one is this? This one, I think. Yeah. This little device here, which is linked to OBS, so I can change cameras, etc., etc. That's built on an Arduino. It's built on an Uno. Let me go back to. Hang on, which camera is it? Let's go back to that one. Or is it that one, or is it this one? Yeah, that's a better one. Right, yeah, it's built on an Uno, but that when you plug it in on USB, it can't show up as an Arduino because it's not an Arduino. It's actually what's called a HID, which is a human interface device, like a keyboard. And the USB chip has to be reprogrammed, so instead of it being an Arduino, it actually shows up as a HID device. And I had to do that. I had to reprogram it. I don't know about the Arduinos that you've got, but on the Uno you have to get one with a particular chip on the USB interface, and it actually is one of the original designs for the Uno. The later designs, I think they use a different chip, and you cannot reprogram it. But on the earlier ones, or who knows with this particular interface chip, you can reprogram it, so you can turn it into whatever you want, so that when you plug it into the USB, it's recognized as whatever you want rather than an Arduino. Now, the chips that you bought, I don't know if they have to be reprogrammed to appear as an Arduino. I don't know, but it may be something that you have looked into, but if you haven't, it may be worthwhile just having a look to see if those chips need to be programmed. Anyhow, so that's that. I don't really have a lot else to say, so I shall hand it over to Frank if he's still there. So right, let me find a test card, which I will do in a minute. I shall find a test card, and then I shall kill.
Okay. All right. Coming back to the noise problem, I'm 99% sure it's a solar installation, because when I'm close to the house and in the backyard, the signal just goes onto the stops, so to speak, and as the sun goes down, and that's why we only had 8.5 Leon, because it's cloudy, there was a thunderstorm around, and as the sun goes down, the signal goes down a bit, and eventually it starts chopping, a few seconds on, a few seconds off, and when the sun is completely down, the noise is gone. So that's a smoking gun, and I agree, it's most likely the solar regulator. The problem is I haven't been able to have a look at it yet. The guy is a bit difficult, and then he was away and he only came back today. Now it's a weekend, you don't want to bother the people, but I really want to have a look at what make it is, because obviously some of these Chinese things are infamous for creating havoc, and I'll get there eventually. Yeah. So the antenna has done the job. It's not a problem. I'm just curious, and what I have done also, just to be on the safe side, I matched it with this thing, a classic loop, and with that I can tune it, the resonance point, to exactly 50 ohm, non-reactive whatsoever. And the standing wave ratio, the return loss is still lousy. So from a pure theoretical point of view, I really would like to know what's going on. So if anybody knows anybody who works with that sort of thing, yeah, I would appreciate it. Otherwise, nothing much to add anymore. I won't come back. Enjoy what's left of the Sunday, and I'll pop up again sometime. From Z6 Golf Echo, and Benno, you take it.
Yeah. Yeah. Including my audio. and my audio was gone. That was my doing. Well, I found the solution of my audio, which was, yes, indeed, a open lead, but it was at the back of my computer, because my microphone, which is well, this big beast, it is with a real audio connection going through my computer, and somehow it managed to do something there. And then while I was touching that, I heard already the famous ding dong, and I probably pulled out my USB lead of my camera now. So I need a better technician. That's probably the root cause of the whole issue. Anyway, yeah, great net. Martin, thanks for keeping the net. And guys, I hope to see you again. Not sure I will be. I'm pretty sure I won't be there to next week, because another family thing is going on next week. So I will be I will be watching again. I'm probably back on the air soon. Hobbies like that one in the back on that part. Yeah, it takes a lot of space, and already the last 5 or something year, I always, if someone shows me something very nice, my standard answer is always, I don't need a new hobby, because there's so much fun things to do. And if I see Leon with all his things to do, yeah, we need to be at least 200 years old to get everything doing what is fun to do. But on the end of the day, yeah, there's only 24 hours a day in a normal working day. 73 is all, and I understand Peter's off, so I'm handing it back to Martin. 73 is all from Papa Alpha 3 Foxtrot Bravo X-Ray, and now I will try to get a test card. I managed to do that. A little bit audio. Bye bye.
You okay there, Benno? Good to that you've got things going. Yeah, these new sort of projects and bits and pieces, you don't want to get involved in any of them, really. Don't want to get involved in things like All Star and SRT. Some people just mention these things, and they're just not worth getting involved in. Yeah, no, it's good net, and yeah, good to have your self-repair sort of side of things. I'm in the process of trying to reduce the bird's nest of components and leads, so the leads that I've got behind the desk here, and the power sort of distribution side of things. I've come along and thought, I'll just stick another 4-way in and another 4-way, and so now I'm shrinking things down and deciding not having so many sort of power supply, etc., etc. So general tidy up. And to you there, Leon, well, I hope you're on next week. I shall put you on the list irrespective, and if you're not there, you're not there. But no excuses. With all the bits and pieces you've got, you ought to be able to get a signal of some sort in. That's all I can say. Just treat it as a challenge. And I'm sure you're going to come on after I close the net. because I think there's various things you're probably going to want to comment on with regards to the very old Martin. Thank him for coming up, and hope he'll be on again next week. I think you're enjoying it there, Martin. After twisting your arm to join it, and to you there, Frank. Yeah, interesting on your interference side of things. Yeah, the interference here chops and changes, and I must admit, on the early days when I moved here, interference on HF used to get worse at the other end of the road I'm in, the other end of the village, effectively. And I wonder whether that was a transformery sort of type thing, with the substation. I must have a look at some stage. I don't do a lot of HF operation, I must admit, although I do monitor down very low frequencies, which the noise can be horrendous from the washing machine, from this, from that. And other times it's not too bad. You know, it is what it is. And I'm not interested in exchanging numbers. But I used to enjoy, when I lived in Wales for a while, working, a friend of mine, taxi driver down in Brighton, and we used to have a contact every day as he was driving around. That I enjoyed. But anyway, on that note, looks like I'll see you all next week. I think it's going to be me again. I don't see another alternative. But I've enjoyed this one this week. It's been a lot less problematic. And yeah, we'll see how we go. See who else I can twist their arms to come and join us. But no, really good net. So on that, I'll close the worldwide net. Throw it open to all those like Leon that's going to come up and say a few words. And see you all next week. 7 all from GHKOE.
Just kill the sound here. So yeah, just a hello from Whiskey here to Ruby on that side. She's also been watching. Yes, my Whiskey. Cheers everybody from ZS1 Mike. I have to make a phone call now.
Yeah, okay there, Leon. Brilliant. Absolutely. Do like cats. Perfect sound as well. I had to say that. Don't trees. Let you see you next week. Hopefully, check KOE.
Yeah, thanks Martin for that. And everybody else that's been on, say good afternoon, good evening to you. and like the cat, very good. Saying hello to Ruby there. Yeah, okay Leon, Benno, Frank, Peter, whoever's listening, whoever's watching. I don't know if I've missed anybody out. Oh, Phil. Take care, see you next week. Cheers.